Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this special video series where we journey verse by verse through Surah Al-Baqarah, the longest chapter of the Qur'an, filled with divine wisdom, guidance, and life lessons. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we are covering verses 231 to 233. Verse 231. Respectful handling of divorce. And when you divorce women, and they have fulfilled their term, either retain them in a fair manner or release them in a fair manner. But do not retain them to harm them or to transgress. And whoever does that has certainly wronged himself. And do not take the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in jest. And remember the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you, and what has been revealed to you of the book and wisdom by which He instructs you. And fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowing of all things. Explanation. Islam prohibits misuse of divorce, whether by force, manipulation, or emotional harm. The process must be just and dignified. What this means for us: handle separation with respect. Never use Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws to oppress. He knows your intentions. Verse 232. Do not obstruct remarriage. And when you divorce women and they have fulfilled their term, do not prevent them from remarrying their former husbands if they agree among themselves in an acceptable manner. That is instructed to whoever among you believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day. That is better for you and purer, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, and you know not. Explanation. This verse protects the woman's right to remarry, even her former husband, if it is consensual and appropriate. What this means for us: don't control others' decisions unjustly. Allow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows, and trust His wisdom in your affairs. Verse 233. Nursing and financial responsibility. Mothers may breastfeed their children 2 complete years, for whoever wishes to complete the nursing period. Upon the father is the mother's provision and their clothing, according to what is acceptable. No person is charged with more than his capacity. No mother should be harmed through her child, and no father through his child. And upon the father's heir is a duty like that of the father. And if they both desire weaning through mutual consent from both of them and consultation, there is no blame upon either of them. And if you wish to have your children nursed by a substitute, there is no blame upon you as long as you give payment according to what is acceptable. And fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is seeing of what you do. Explanation. This verse outlines mutual rights and responsibilities of both parents in early childcare. It emphasizes fairness, mutual agreement, and provision without harm. What this means for us: act with fairness and cooperation in parenting. Your child's well-being is a trust, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees how you fulfill it. So, if you're truly serious about your faith, make a sincere commitment. Follow this series from beginning to end. One verse at a time. One transformation at a time. Let's walk this journey together and bring the Quran into our hearts and lives. If you found this video beneficial, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others and let the reward multiply. Like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a verse, a reminder, a chance to grow. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.